be a discussion kind of thing. And as Sir said, like you are all, I believe you are all the ambassadors, and you take whatever you learn and to the community where you are going to serve, and you are all going to be future teachers. And I believe indirectly we reach to so many students and families through you. So it will be really going to be a beneficiary for us. So I just give you an introduction about our organization. It is called International Foundation for Crime Prevention and Victim Care. We shortly call PCVC, and we are functioning from Chennai. But we serve for the women and children who are affected by domestic violence. So we will be like, domestic violence is basically a family member affected by the abuse by either physical, verbal, psychological, sexual. So by any kind of violence, if any women or children face in the family, then we will be like, they can approach us for help. So we will be having we are running a shelter home. We are having a crisis line called 1-800-102-7282. And we will be having a flyers we will be giving to you. And you can also refer, it is not that like you have to call for the help, but you can also give to people who will be telling you that I'm undergoing this, that. Okay, so you can also spread a word about this. So yeah, so we have this 24 hours crisis line, which is the pan-national helpline, pan-India helpline. And anywhere in India, people can reach out to us, and it's a toll-free number. And we are also having a support services, shelter support, and we have psychosocial support, counseling support, and also we have a rehabilitation center for the burn survivors. So the burn survivors, mostly like some of them are suicidal in intention because of the domestic abuse they undergo at home, and also some abused by the in-laws and all those things. Okay, so they will be like, taken care of, and we will be doing the rehabilitation services. So we do the physiotherapy support, surgery support, we do the nutrition support to them, and we also work with the government hospitals. So in Chennai, we are working with the KMC hospital, and in the burns ward, we are working there. So these are some of the services we do for the survivors who are affected by domestic violence. Okay, so and we will be I can go down and yeah. So this is very formal setup. So I can come down and we have a informal discussion about what we need to discuss today. Thank you. Yeah, so this is going to be a discussion. I want you to all talk. Okay, so this is the opportunity for you, and we consider this space as a non-judgmental space. Okay, so whatever, we help others also to speak, and don't judge anyone. Okay, for what they say. Okay, there is no kind of right or wrong. Okay, whatever you feel you can discuss here, and you will not be judged at any point of time. Okay, so we consider this as a safe zone to talk about what you feel generally and without any judgment. Okay. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, yeah. So, before we go, talk about consent is the main thing, and bystander intervention. These are two things I want to talk about. So, before that, I just want to throw a question with you. Do you know if I'm saying gender violence, What do you think of? What do you, I mean, you need not tell the personal examples, but then whatever coming to your mind. If I'm saying gender violence, and what do you think of? What is the word which come to your mind? You need not, I mean, think more about it. You can just tell me what is flashing in your mind. Dowry, yes. Anybody else? Yes. Inequality, okay. Abuse, okay. What else? Sexual abuse. You said something? Warfare, okay. Warfare. Mm-hmm. Anybody? Domination, okay, good. Domination, warfare, inequality, abuse. Anything else you want to add? Discrimination, yes. Alcoholism. Mm-hmm. Forcing to marry someone. Okay, forced marriage. Very good. Okay. Okay. So the government in Afghanistan, they control the women. So patriarchy. Very good. The patriarchy is the term, which is the larger term, can apply to all these things, right? So yeah. Okay. So when lack of freedom, okay, thank you. Lack of freedom, okay. So when we think about a healthy relationship, what we can think of healthy relationship? Understanding, treating each other with love, mutual respect, respect each other. Okay. There are many people saying respect. That is very important, right? Okay. Um, Equality, okay. Healthy boundaries, very good. Huh? Trust, very good. Very strong word. Trust, yeah. Loyalty, trust, okay. Care, okay. Consent, okay. Okay. Anybody else there? There are a lot of discussion going on there. Anything you want to say? Understanding, okay. Mm-hmm. Hearing each other, so listening to each other's opinion, mutual respect, okay. So anybody wants to add anything? Empathy, mm-hmm. Very good. Okay, so there are a lot of healthy characteristics you were all talked about, right? So these are some of the things, like, we have to nurture to build our relationship to each other. So it can be like, partners, or it can be the relationship can be even among the friends, among the neighbors, in the family, even with the siblings. Any relationship you take, okay, you need to build a kind of healthy relationship with all these qualities that you have mentioned. So when we are building the healthy relationship like this, and then there will be kind of like, the violence will be reduced, right? So yeah, so one of the main thing we are going to talk about today is consent. Okay, so do you know what is consent? Care, okay. Okay one கேட்கறது. Asking their opinion, okay. Approval for the particular action, okay. Okay, so considering their opinion and boundaries before getting into some action.
That involves them.
That involves them. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So anybody at the back, you want to say anything? No. Okay. So we will be, we see in detailed what to do. How can I change this? I think I can change by this way. I can't change. I can use this remote, right?
If you want, I can.
Okay, you want to do? No, I cannot take Shwati's help. Okay, so if you, yeah, so there is a story here, right? So A and B are partners. Anybody wants to read instead of me? You are always hearing my voice. Anybody wants to read? You? Yeah. Doug, Mike.
A and B are partners. A is always protective towards B. Many times, B will not be comfortable with what A asks B to do. During those times, A says, "If you really love me, you would do this."
Okay. Tossing. Okay. So I have mentioned here A and B so that, like, you know, all the gender here will be comfortable. Okay, it is not meant about A is boy, B is girl, A is girl, B boy. It is not like that. Okay. So yeah, tell me. Yeah, you have to tell me what it is. Toxic relationship. Indirect control. Gaslighting. Social manipulation. Emotional manipulation. Insecure. Okay. Sense of supremacy. Possession. Okay. Possessiveness. Okay, great. You are saying lot of great things. Okay, so do you think how it should be? Say, for example, this person is asking, if you really loved me, you would do this. So, okay, so the person wants to say like, I really love you, so why can't you do this? Kind of. But there is a boundary between two people, right? So, whoever it is. ஸோ இது எப்படி இன்னும் பெட்டராக சொல்லலாம் நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறீங்க?
Suppose B says to A, if you really loved me, you would make me feel comfortable with you.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So what B can say, okay? So what A can say better, the communication part. Okay, so if you really loved me, you would do this. இதுக்கு பதிலா what the A can say. A can say in a better way. How it should be. Yes? Wanted to do, but your wish. Okay. It's my opinion. What about you? Okay. Can you change? Okay. So, your partners can check in. Are you comfortable with this? The version of whatever you have told. Okay, so you can just check in. Okay. So, instead of saying you loved me, so you should do this. So, you can always check in with the person. Are you comfortable with this? Are you okay to come with me for the whatever, whatever the thing he was, I mean A is asking, you can always ask like, are you comfortable with this? So what I am trying to say is it should be voluntary. Okay, can you change this, Shwati? Yeah, it should be voluntary. Consent should be voluntary. Okay, so it should not be forced on someone. Okay, so both the parties involved should take the voluntary effort. Okay, so I should feel okay to do this and the other person is also okay to do this. Okay, it should be voluntary from the both side. You understand? Okay. Okay, so anybody else wants to read? That side at the back? Okay. You want to read?
K and L are good friends and know each other very well. They both know that their relationship is moving to the next level. K asked L for a weekend date to spend time together to decide on the relationship. L kept silent. L's silence means yes to K.
Okay. Okay. No? No means no. Okay. Okay, so anybody wants to say anything on this? Maunam Sammadam. அப்படி சொல்ல நான் சொல்லல அவங்க சொல்றேன். There is a movie Maunam Sammadam, right? Yeah. So if you keep silent and I mean maybe you are saying yes to it. No?
Everything must be communicated.
Everything should be communicated. Okay, silence means no also. Good. So anybody wants to say anything on this? கொஞ்சம் மைக் பிடிச்சுக்கிறீங்களா?
Maybe they don't want to end that friendship in a negative way.
Oh, so that is why this
They are silent.
good. Yeah. So maybe don't want to end the relationship, so kept silent. Okay. So anybody wants to have any say on that? Okay, L is confused and doesn't want to communicate. Good. So, if you, this silence is a major part in the consent, okay. Whenever the people are silent, that will be interpreted as no. Yes, no, whatever. Okay, so you have to understand, in the movies lala pathinga appadina, majorly they will say if the anybody, particularly women, say I mean kept quiet, that will be interpreted as what? Yes. Okay, so that is why this kind of like stalking எல்லாம் நடக்குது இல்லையா, அதுக்கெல்லாம் காரணம் என்னன்னா the girl say okay, there is a meaning, I mean even it is interpreted as if the women say no, there is a yes behind. So when you are like continuously trying and then there no will be become yes. I don't know how in real life. Okay, so this is all the ideas the cinema gives, right? So there is a famous dialogue in Dhanush movie. I forgot the name of the movie. Say like engla oru thara paatha pidikadu paaka paaka. You know the dialogue better than me. Anybody wants to say? Anybody knows the you want to say the dialogue? Okay. She wants. You like the dialogue?
There is this dialogue. எங்களை மாதிரி பசங்களாம் பார்த்தா பிடிக்காது, பார்க்க பார்க்க தான் பிடிக்கும்.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So this is what the dialogue is, okay? So when the heroine says no, okay, so the completely kind of like there is a yes behind that. In the same way for Maunam also sometimes interpreted as yes, and yeah, there is no also behind that. But then you have to understand, somebody said like there is a confusion. Okay, so maybe the person takes some time to decide on, okay, so kept quiet probably, okay, so maybe not comfortable so to say yes or no. Okay, can you? Okay, so there should be a clear communication. So this has to be like, need to be checked whether the person already it is done, the action is done. Also maybe say maybe you the person is very comfortable in dance party, dating and all those things, but then this weekend maybe not okay to it. For various other reason the person knows herself, okay. So you have to, like, we have to understand there is a personal space, and also there should be a clear communication to ask. Can you go to the next slide? So consent is also the component, the clear communication is also a component of consent. Okay, so the both parties should have a clear communication, and silence should not be interpreted as yes or no, whatever. So you have maybe the person needs some more time so to communicate. So the clear communication should be there. Yeah. Okay. So this story, who wants to read? Okay. This time here, next time there.
X seems to be very protective of partner Y when Y goes anywhere without X. X stayed alone during the late evenings. X told Y, I turned on location sharing so I can always see where you are.
Okay. No? Why no?
It's very creepy, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so X is very protective, okay, wants to see Y is safe. Okay, so is it is not okay?
வந்து எனக்கு ஏதோ ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குன்னு சொல்லும்போது இந்த மாதிரி டர்னிங் ஆன் த லொகேஷன் தான் ஓகே. மற்றபடி
You want to say in the mic?
கேன் ஐ சிட் அண்ட் சே
Yeah, yeah.
இப்போ வந்து பைக் வந்து ஏதோ ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கு வெளியே போகும்போது அப்போ டர்னிங் ஆன் லொகேஷன் நான் அவங்க வந்து சேஃபா இங்க போறாங்கன்னா பாக்குறது ஓகே. அதை விட்டுட்டு நீ இங்கதான் இருக்க நீ இவங்க கூட தான் இருக்குன்னு செக் பண்றது தப்பு.
Okay. Okay. So வேற யாராவது ஏதாவது சொல்லணுமா? No private space. Okay. There is no privacy. There is no private space. Okay. So in a healthy relationship and in we have to respect the space. Okay. So we can't encroach for everything the person does, the person do. So அது வந்து நம்ம பண்ண முடியாது, right? So here also, like as she said, like if anything the person in need and wants to turn on the location, it's fine. But this looks like kind of spying. No, kind of like also yeah. So there is a say insecure feel பண்றது. So அந்த மாதிரி. Okay. So and also I want to ask you, இங்க ப்ரொடக்டிவ்னு இருக்கு இல்லையா? ஸோ இந்த ப்ரொடெக்ஷன் அப்படின்றது வந்துட்டு சம்டைம் ஐ மீன் மோஸ்ட்லி இட் இஸ் பொசசிவ்னஸ். Okay, so it turned do you think like possessiveness is the healthy in relationship? Okay, I want to know what is the level. You can say what is the level. உட்கார்ந்தே சொல்லுங்க. In certain level, what level? What do you mean by certain level?
the level which the other person is comfortable.
The okay. Mm-hmm.
Some positive type of jealousy is okay. Jealousy,
Jealousy okay?
sometimes.
Sometimes okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you for sharing. Anybody else wants to share anything? No, I'm asking possessiveness is healthy or not. They said like somewhat, some extent.
It is actually when a person is love, automatically the possessiveness comes. Okay? But, no, wait, I'm not concluded again. Possessiveness is good, but not over possessiveness. That won't be, the limit is respecting the freedom of another person. Where is the boundary?
You have lot of fans here. Okay, fans club irka. Okay. Okay, so anybody else wants to say anything before I go next?
Ma'am, she has something.
She has, okay. சொல்லுங்க போர் அடிச்சிரமா ஓகே ஓகே ஸோ ஜென்ரலி பொசசிவ்னஸ்ல மினிமல் பொசசிவ்னஸ் ஓவர் பொசசிவ்னஸ்னு ஒன்றும் இல்லை ஓகேயா நீங்கள் கொஞ்சம் யோசிச்சு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பொசசிவ்னஸில் வந்துட்டு கொஞ்சம் பொசசிவாக இருந்தால் ஓகே அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறதுலாம் வந்துட்டு ஐ மீன் தட் வில் க்ரோ இன்டு த லார்ஜர் இது ஸோ பொசசிவ்னஸ்ஸே வந்துட்டு நாட் அ வெரி ஹெல்தி சைன் இன் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் okay so kind of like he said like respecting freedom so when you are respecting the freedom of your partner there is no possessiveness there okay so completely there is no possessiveness okay so when the okay if I'm having a partner but I'm talking to someone else okay but that is kind of that is what somebody said like you know appo possessive jealous inda okay abdi no I mean the person knows like what the person needs he or she okay so you can't have control over someone who wants to talk to somebody else as a friend or anything like you know so the kind of like you know you can't hold anybody when you are holding anybody there is no love right so possessiveness is completely kind of like it's a unhealthy yeah it's a unhealthy sign probably yeah okay so would you maybe the person can ask this way would you be comfortable sharing your location with me it might help when we meet up or when you are like you know you can also feel safe so it should be like are you comfortable sharing your location so it has to be like you know given to the option is with the other person why right so it should be informed so both partners should be informed about like you know what it is and you can't you know informing without informing the other partner அவங்க மொபைலில் செக் பண்ணுறதோ இல்லை வந்துட்டு அவங்களோட லொக்கேஷனை கைண்ட் ஆஃப் லைக் ஓப்பன் பண்ணி வச்சா அவங்க எங்கே போகிறாங்கன்ட்டு சம்படி செட் ஸ்பையிங் பண்ணுறது ஸோ இது உங்கள் நல்லதுக்கு தான் பண்ணுறேன் அப்படின்னு ஆனால் அவங்களுக்கே இல்லை தெரியாது so it should be informed right informed is the good quality so that is also part of the consent okay somebody said there yeah
C and D are partners. They used to spend the weekends together. C got tickets for a movie on the weekend for both of them, but D refused to come that day and said why D was not informed about this before buying the tickets. C said, but you were okay with this earlier.
So you understand what it is, no? So they spent usually together the weekend and you are comfortable last time, why it is not this time? So what is wrong with this? Yeah. Huh? See it is taking this as an advantage. Yeah, taken as a grandeur. Okay. Anyone else?
C thinks that whatever C is doing, D is fine with it.
Okay.
C thinks that whatever C is doing, D is fine with it. So whatever the decision C takes, it's fine.
Okay. But it's right?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever it is, we should have agreed with.
D, okay.
He should have communicated, I'm busy or whatever it is, I should have communicated. Otherwise, this will become an argument.
Okay. Okay. One time is okay, not okay with every time. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I can understand why C might be upset, but again, some emergency work might have come up and things can't be discussed prior, right? If it's emergency or something just randomly pops up. So it is reasonable to, for in this case, to say that they can't go to the movie that day. So I don't think it's necessarily unfair.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, can you go to the next one? Okay. It should be continuous and ongoing. The concern should be continuous. So, it should not be like, oh, last time, as she said, like any kind of situation, it is always not necessarily the emergency situation. But sometimes, like, I don't feel like going also. Okay, I need not force myself to prove I am a good partner, I have to go. Okay, so it is always I have my things, right? So, yeah, so you always it should be like, ongoing and continuous. It should be like, you should not be taken, as somebody said, granted. Last time okay, so in the over varam nadakkuradane idena pudusa ketittu. It is not like that. So it should be, concern should be ongoing. Okay, so you can again check in like, are you free? This week also we can go, something like that, right? So it should be continuous and ongoing. At any point of time, any withdrawal happens. Okay, so that should not be taken as kind of like, okay, losing interest or something. So it should be, there is a space, any partner can withdraw at any point of time, at any kind of action it is. Okay. Okay, so anybody tired of reading? Anyone? Possibly this is the last story.
You is a very caring partner to me, always wanting me to be happy and insisting on it. You often checks on me to see if V is okay and frequently says, "You are my everything. Please share with me what you are going through."
Okay. It's okay? It's okay? Okay. Only V is comfortable. Okay.
I don't think insisting on something actually makes you to say what he or she is going through. We is going through to you, and I think it's up to we to share, right? It's not like compulsory share பண்ணனும் எதுவுமே இல்ல. And if we is okay with sharing everything, then yeah, we can share with you.
Okay. Okay. Good. Anyone? Okay, anyone wants to say anything?
I think the line "you are my everything" itself signifies a level of toxicity.
Yeah. Thank you. So the kind of words used like "you are my everything," please, it's very pleasant to hear, but sometimes like, everybody said, oh, it is nalla irukku kekkuradhukku, but it is not actually, right? So the thing is, you have a personal space, that is more important. So is everything okay here? Okay, so yeah, so respecting the boundaries. Okay, so you have to respect the boundaries of the partner or friend. Okay, so maybe you can say like the person is ready or not, but you have to respect the privacy of the other person, and you can say when you are ready, when you are needed, I am always there, you can share with me. So that is the better way to put it, okay? So that the person also comfortable to talk about, yeah? Okay, so the respecting boundaries, when you are respecting boundaries, the other person will not have any fear to say, now it is not the time to discuss, say no to it. Okay, so when you are saying you are my everything, everything, then it becomes like, making the other person very uncomfortable, yeah, to talk about. Yeah. Okay, so இப்போ இது வரைக்கும் நிறைய qualities we discussed how the consent should be. So the consent we always say whether we are checking okay. Okay, in the broader term it is right, but then there are other things like respecting boundaries, clear communication, and all these things we have seen as a component of consent. So these are all included in the consent. So the consent is the very important thing in the relationship, so that you can make a respectful relationship. So I show you a video, so we yeah, wait. I think we have to go into mouse.
Just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, hey, would you like a cup of tea? And they go, oh my God, I would love a cup of tea. Thank you. Then you know they want a cup of tea. If you say, hey, would you like a cup of tea? And they're like, I'm not really sure. Then you can make them a cup of tea, or not, but be aware they might not drink it. And if they don't drink it, then, and this is the important part, don't make them drink it. Just because you made it doesn't mean you are entitled to watch them drink it. And if they say no thank you, then don't make them tea. At all. Just don't make them tea. Don't make them drink tea. Don't get annoyed at them for not wanting tea. They just don't want tea, okay? They might say, yes please, that's kind of you. And then when the tea arrives, they actually don't want the tea at all. Sure, that's kind of annoying as you've gone all the effort of making the tea, but they remain under no obligation to drink the tea.
What is the time?
They did want tea, now they don't. Some people change their mind in the time that it takes to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk. And it's okay for people to change their mind. And you are still not entitled to watch them drink it. And if they're unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people don't want tea. And they can't answer the question, do you want tea? Because they're unconscious. Okay, maybe they were conscious when you asked them if they wanted tea. And they said yes. But in the time it took you to boil the kettle, brew the tea, and add the milk, they are now unconscious. You should just put the tea down. Make sure the unconscious person is safe. And this is the important part again. Don't make them drink the tea. They said yes then, sure, but unconscious people don't want tea. If someone said yes to tea, started drinking it, and it passed out before they finished it, don't keep on pouring it down their throat. Take the tea away. Make sure they're safe, because unconscious people don't want tea. Trust me on this. If someone said yes to tea around your house last Saturday, that doesn't mean they want you to make them tea all the time. They don't want you to come around to their place unexpectedly and make them tea and force them to drink it going, but we wanted tea last week. Or to wake up to find you pouring tea down their throat going, but we wanted tea last night. But if you can understand how completely ludicrous it is to force people to have tea when they don't want tea, and you're able to understand when people don't want tea, then how hard is it to understand it when it comes to sex? Whether it's tea or sex, consent is everything. And on that note, I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea.
Okay, so did you enjoy the video? Yes. Okay, so anybody wants to say anything on this? No means no. Okay. No means no. Okay. Any comments on what you have seen in the video or? Okay. So, you want to say? You want to, okay. Not on the video. Okay. But you all know what it is said in the video, right? Whatever we discussed coming through the video, right? So now, why is it hard, very hard to say no? Sometimes you keep silent, sometimes, I don't know. So it is very hard to say no to anyone, but to the partner or to the close friends, it is very hard to say no. Why it is so? Hurt பண்ணிடுவோமோ? We are conditioned to be very polite to everyone. Okay. So, yes. Sometimes also a fear. Okay, good. So maybe fear of what? Losing the relationship. Breaks. Okay, so she says like, can you tell in the mic in your words? It's an exercise for me. You want the mic?
So I was saying that it's also the fear. The person might cause more harm if you are in a dangerous situation. Saying no to the person up front, he or she can hurt you even more. That's what I was
Okay, thank you. You want to say?
Just give an example. Yeah, for what she said, acid attacks.
Acid attacks, okay. Yeah. Okay, rape.
Majority of domestic violence also. Domestic violence.
Yeah, cases. Okay, so, yeah, Swati? Okay, so keeping up the cultural expectations, somebody said like we are kind of like conditioned to, next, so kind of like impolite we think, okay, and we are conditioned, and maybe feeling very guilt and people pleasing, okay, conditioning from childhood also. Okay, so ரொம்ப kind of pleasing-ஆ நம்ம சொல்லணும், pleasing-ஆ இருக்கணும், யாரையும் hurt பண்ணக்கூடாது. These are some of the things we are also conditioned from the childhood. So we never taught the children to say no to someone. Okay, so அதனால தான் நிறைய problems வருது, right? So lack of confidence also. Okay, sometimes you don't feel you have much confidence to say no to someone. So these are some of the things like, you know, why we don't say no. But we have to also think it over and overcome this, and, you know, kind of like, if you feel uncomfortable, you have to say no, right? Okay. How do you get someone to understand no means no? You say no, but it can be interpreted as yes also.
You can't make someone understand. Like you can only control your actions. You can't control the other.
Other action, okay. Your voice. Okay. So your voice, there is a kind of larger debate in the Supreme Court, how to say no. When this concern thing comes up in the Supreme Court, there was a larger debate happened. So in that, the people, it is the argument comes as, okay, you say no, Okay, but that can be interpreted as yes also sometimes when you are very doubtful on your no. Okay, no means no, there is no kind of argument behind that. But then when you are saying very thoughtfully no, kind of. Okay, so when you are saying in that way, it will be kind of people think like, okay, doubtful ah solranga, appo idu yes ah kuda irkalam. Okay, but when you are saying very firm no, okay, so very strong no, loudly in your voice, okay, so then it will be considered as a no. Okay, okay, if you are offering tea someone, okay, இப்போ யாராவது வீட்டுக்கு வராங்க, எப்போதுமே இது நடக்கும் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? ஸோ இல்லை எனக்கு இப்போ சாப்பிட்ற மாதிரி இல்லை அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொன்னால் கூட இல்லை இல்லை கொஞ்சம் சாப்பிடுங்க. எங்கள் வீட்லேயே நடக்கும், எங்கள் அப்பா யாரையும் விட மாட்டார். ஓகேங்களா, யார் வீட்டுக்கு வந்தாலும் ஃபீட் மோர். ஓகே, ஸோ பிகாஸ் வி ஆர் ஆல் கல்ச்சுரலி லைக் யூனோ விருந்தோம்பலுக்கு வந்துட்டு ரொம்ப முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுப்போம் இல்லையா? ஸோ ரொம்ப ஹோஸ்ட் பண்ணுவோம். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி அப்போ வந்துட்டு ஃபோர்ஸ் தம் அப்படின்றதும் வந்துட்டு கஷ்டம்தான் இல்லையா? டீ கொஞ்சம் குடிங்க பரவாயில்ல, இல்லை ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ் வி கிவ் த சாய்ஸ். ஓகே, இது குடிக்கிறீங்களா அது குடிக்கிறீங்களா? ஸோ வி won't leave them without drinking it. Okay, without their concern they drink. Okay, so that is one thing. Okay, so we have to be no means no. அது feeble no வா இருந்தாலும் சரி, strong no வா இருந்தாலும் சரி, we have to understand it is no means okay, the person is not comfortable with, maybe unsure about it, so we have to leave. So we have to understand that way. Okay, so fighting back also, if you can't always think like okay no சொல்லிட்டாங்க நம்ம திருப்பி ட்ரை பண்ணால் எஸ் ஆகும், அதெல்லாம் எதுவும் இல்லை. ஓகே, ஸோ இஃப் யூ ஆர் கேர் அபவுட் சம் ஒன், யூ ஹாவ் டு ரெஸ்பெக்ட் their choice. Okay, the real relationship, how it builds is when you are respecting the boundaries, respecting the choice of the person, then there is a true relationship lies, right? Okay, so I think, yeah. So the body language, you can always say kind of like if the person is silent also, there is a kind of body language is there, right? So through the body language you can understand the person is whether okay or not. So these are some of the things you have to keep in mind when you are in relationship with others, right? In all kind of relationship. Okay, so I go to like konjam pass on pannu. Why is concerned important? இதெல்லாம் நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம். Why is concerned important? Healthy relationship. You want to build a good relationship, right? So நம்ம பார்த்ததே தான் respecting personal boundary, and you are building a trust and healthy relationship if you are keeping up the concern and you are preventing harm. Okay, and promotes equality and mutual respect. Okay, so I stop here and then I want to talk a bit about bystander intervention. I have time? 5 minutes. I take 10 minutes?
Because 12:15 we'll be having our lunch.
Oh, okay. Because you have given me the mic very late, so yeah. And your student are more participatory this time, yeah. So I give you a complimentary that the last time I had the same session, and this time I am getting a good response from all of you than the previous. So I am appreciating your efforts and more participatory. I am very happy about that, yeah. So I just want to talk about bystander intervention. So what do you mean by bystander? You are not a survivor, you are not a victim, but you are someone who are witnessing the something is happening to somebody. Okay, for example, there is a X is standing in the bus stand and there are group of Y, Z, A, B, C, D, group of people harassing X. Okay, so and you are not the X. Okay, you are passing that way. What will be your action? What will be your reaction? Action, reaction, what you will do?
லைக் ஒரு பஸ் ஸ்டாப்பில் வந்து ஒரு கேர்ள் நின்றுட்டு இருந்தாங்க. ஒரு வீடியோவில் பார்த்த இன்சிடென்ட்டு. அங்கே ஒரு பக்கத்தில் ஒரு சின்ன பையன் நின்றுட்டு இருந்தான் செல்ஃபோனோட. ஒருத்தரோட வந்து அந்த பொண்ணை வந்து இது பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இந்த பையன் சைலண்டாக போலீஸ்க்கு கால் பண்ணி போலீஸை வர வச்சு இது பண்ணாங்க.
Okay.
ஒரு சைலண்டாக இது பண்ணாங்க.
Okay, so you will call the police. Okay. Okay, so anyone else? You want a mic? Allergic towards a mic.
So I'm from Bombay, and
Everybody can hear? Yeah.
and I was on my way back home. I was in a local train, and so the train stopped at a station, and this couple, young couple, they got on the train. Initially, my attention was not towards them, but since I was also having my headphones on, a couple of minutes later, I just heard commotion, so I sort of removed my headphone and gone behind, and I witnessed the male punching the female, her companion, on the stomach, literally beating her in front of people in the train, and no one was doing anything. So in our local trains, on the signboards, we have the police number and the helpline numbers and the military police number and everything. So I was initially too shocked to see that happening in front of so many people, and no one actually seeing or there were other. I can give a benefit of doubt as to why a woman won't stand up and directly involve herself in a volatile situation. But there were men as well, and no one was saying anything. And even though I was initially shocked, I tried to call the number, and I gave the police the information that the next, where the train will be stopping next. I did call, and they did get off on the next station, and I don't know what happened next, but I did my part by calling, and I think for me that is what bystander is.
That's great. Okay, so anybody wants to share anything? Okay.
Ma'am, let me be very brief. We are running short of the time. As you said, we all are products of our own cultures. We have different cultures. And you talked about the Virindover, hospitality. For example, as you showed in the PowerPoint, PPT, the video, taking a tea for example. So when you reach someone's house, they offer you something. If you like and if you are fond of tea, you take it. And if you don't want to take it or you don't like, and they have another alternatives they offer you. For example, if you are upset with something else or your stomach upset and you don't want to take anything, even then our culture is such they force you. And if you don't take it, they are embarrassed. And they think that we are not one among them. We are not one among them when we don't accept what they offer. Another example I will give you. For example, 6 of us are playing volleyball. The other team is lacking one player. So though I am sitting outside, though I don't want to play, when someone offers that place to play, I am forced to go. In that case, what I feel most often, we become flexible. Instead of saying forced that I don't want, and looking into the scenario, depending upon the situation and the environment, we can be flexible, adjusting ourselves to that situation. In that way, we cannot be, for example, we will not fall into the category of judgmental. Otherwise, they say he is not including, he is excluded, or he is rude, he is arrogant, he is not able to make adjustments. So people make comments on that. Instead of being fallen into that category, if you are able to make adjustment and I think that will become more easy with regard to relationship and with regard to anything. Thank you.
Okay. So here also, I mean, it is the entirely different. We are talking about bystander intervention, but then thank you for coming up and saying what you want to say. So here the becoming flexible also is your choice. So you are making a choice. That is what I am trying to tell. So the people can have choice. Okay, so then it is the consent. So with your consent, you want to be flexible. Okay, so you are not forced to being flexible. That is what I am trying to say. So it is the stand you can take. It is the choice you want to make. So you want to make a choice of saying no, then it is your choice. You want to kind of consider the other and don't want to be branded as rude, then it is your call. You have to take a call. It is your choice. That is what entirely about the concern is. Thank you for voicing this out. Okay. Okay, so yeah. So there are 5 D's we talk about. One is direct. Okay, so distract. One is direct. Direct is something we will be kind of in cinema and all, if you see like hero வந்துட்டு டைரக்டா போய் என்கவுண்டர் பண்ணி the heroine வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவாரு காப்பாத்துவார். So that is something like you directly talk to the person and see like make sure it is not happening. So you can't do this anywhere to the stranger la நம்ம பண்ண முடியாது. நம்ம யார்கிட்ட பண்ணலாம்னா நம்மளோட ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் கிட்ட பண்ணலாம். ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்டு இன்னொரு ஃப்ரெண்டை ஹராஸ் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னா மேபி வி கேன் டெல் த ஃப்ரெண்ட் ஹூ இஸ் ஹராசிங் த அதர் ஃப்ரெண்ட். வி கேன் சே லைக் வை யூ ஆர் டூயிங் திஸ் அண்ட் டோன்ட் டூ திஸ், வாட் யூ ஆர் டூயிங் இஸ் நாட் அப்ளிகபிள். அது கூட நீங்கள் சேஃபாக இருக்கீங்களான்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணாதான். ஓகே, அண்ட் டிஸ்ட்ராக்ட் இஸ் சே த சேம் சுச்சுவேஷன் வி வர் டாக்கிங் அபவுட். அங்கே பஸ் ஸ்டாப்பில் வந்துட்டு ஒரு எக்ஸாக வந்துட்டு குரூப் ஆஃப் பீப்புள் ஹராசிங். So what you can say, you can just as if you know to the எக்ஸுக்கு தெரிஞ்சவங்க மாதிரி நீங்கள் போயிட்டு you can tell the ex like okay, you are waiting for the bus and otherwise you can say like there are friends waiting for us, can you come along. So you can try to initiate the conversation and remove the person from that place. So when you are removing the person from that place, the abuse is stopped. But it is you can't ask always it is going to be stopped. It is not. But then at that situation it is stopped and it is distracted because the attention is distracted, so it is stopped. Okay, and you can check with the person later and do some action. Okay, and there is a, if you can't these two, you can delegate. So somebody said like called the police, right? So you are delegating the responsibility to the other person because you are not comfortable with either directly talking or distracting. But you can always if it is a bus, you can tell the bus conductor, or if it is somebody said like in the train, you called the helpline. And you know the people who are having the higher responsibility, you can always take their help. Okay, next. So delay also. So you can't do all these things, but delay means later you can check with the person whether the person is okay and the person needs some help, and maybe the person wants help to reach out to some organization. You can try to give the helpline, or you can help the person to take to the police station and all these things. Okay. So and this document is always bit tricky. Okay, so in the sense like document, we always say like you can help the person to document the incident. You can document the incidents, you can do the, somebody said illa ipo video paathen appdin sonanga illaya. So you can make a video document, but then you have to make sure the victim is comfortable or not later. If the person says like, okay, why you have taken the video, I am not comfortable, then you have to delete it and you have to give it to the victim, and you make sure using the video anywhere. Okay, so I never always suggest this, because there are a lot of videos getting uploaded in social media which is used strongly also, right? So it should be helpful for the victim to make a compliance later. So adukku helpful irukradhukku you can do. Okay, so these are some of the things you can do when you are yes, have a question?
When you talk about this right to distract, where in India it's very seldom I've seen this. Whereas in abroad, if you have seen many YouTube videos regarding the violence and the health, people have the sign language. When they're surrounded with that, they do like this or do something. So whereas India, people get confused. Because when they mob gathered, like when a girl is being asked, people just then watch and go because they see that maybe they know each other. When they won't get involved, because they wait for the signal to go. Maybe a person like with a broad might take courage to go and ask. If that can be, they also be future, they may be also there. That they should have that kind of language should be taught. Be in the schools or colleges. I don't think so. Many majority will know that language, so that can be a sign.
Okay.
They can deal with it.
You can also teach them.
Yes.
One critic course by women.
Okay, so you are all teachers going to be, and maybe you can learn from him and promote this. Yeah? Okay. Good idea. Thank you for sharing. Okay. You want to say this? Can you pass this on?
So for our students in the 4th semester, we have sign language certificate course. So you all will be attending that course actually. The 4th semester, you will be attending the certificate course called sign language.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so you have to learn this also. Okay? Okay. So you make sure that you are learning this. Okay, so thank you so much for your valuable time. Also, thank you to Mr. Rao who brought me here. So great thanks to him. So it is a wonderful session. I enjoyed thoroughly and hope it is same to you also. So the interaction, lot of interaction you had with me. So thank you so much for your discussion with me. Yeah, thank you.
We can just ask them to take it when they're going out.
And the brochures kuduthittingla. And you can collect the brochures, PCVC's brochures and KSA Trust brochures. So in our brochure, in a flyer, it is an information flyer. At the back there is a helpline. Okay, so if anybody whom you know, or if you come across, you will be going to the community, you meet students in their family, if anybody face family abuse, domestic abuse, then you can recommend our helpline, ask them to call. Okay, even the relationship problems they have, everything they can call our helpline, sexual violence. Okay. Okay, so thank you. Yeah.